Good morning. How's everybody doing? This is Ada. Just got home from work about 2 hours ago, maybe. Yeah, 11, 10, 9. About 2 hours ago. The night went well. I'm on day 49 of no Suboxone. It really would have been day 51 probably, but I took one day away because I did do a Suboxone 3 days ago, 2 milligrams, because I thought I was going through kratom withdrawal. I don't know if I was or wasn't, but I know that I was feeling something during the hours that I usually take my kratom. I was waking up feeling pretty shitty. And that's what the days that I didn't want to take it, that's when I noticed that I might have had a chippy or so. So I thought by taking 2 milligrams, which everybody knows that it can last 72 hours in your body. So I figured I'll give myself 3 days of being kratom free. So I took the 2 milligrams. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody that's just withdrawing or just finished withdrawing. To other people would call it a relapse. I guess it is a relapse, but in my mind, it wasn't a relapse because I wanted to continue taking, or I was fiending, or I felt I couldn't do it, or psychologically this, or psychologically that, or because, I was on 46, 47 days without it. And then when I started doing the right and strains for the lack of energy, because I had severe fatigue, I didn't know why I was feeling that way. I felt maybe because I had kind of a harsh withdrawal. I went through 5 weeks of withdrawal from the Suboxone. To me, the Suboxone takes longer than the methadone and everything like that. I try to watch my dosing with the kratom as much as I could, but I didn't go overboard. I don't even think I went to even 7 milligrams or even 6 milligrams. It was either a teaspoon or mostly a teaspoon. And in the beginning was every 4 times a day, because my withdrawal was so severe that it would only last me 4 hours, the green strain, the Magnada. And I didn't switch to the reds until a week later, which it was okay, but it was only better for when you're at home, because it's so sedative. I couldn't use it for work, so I use mostly the green strains. I have so much red, but I'm in pain now with my knees, but I'm not gonna do the kratom. I just took a Tylenol and said, I'm always gonna have the pain in my knees. So if I'm gonna constantly keep taking the kratom because I got knee pain, then I don't want to develop a chippy over that. I'm just have to suck it up. I'd rather have this small pain in my knees than having to withdraw all over again. So I took one day away from, I would have been 51 days today, probably. So, because I know on one video I put 50, but I was wrong. No, yeah, but I took away a day. Then there was 47, 48. I know it's 49 days, I think, right now. Yeah, 49 days, I think. Minus the 2 milligrams that I took let me see, it was 3 days ago. No, 4 days ago. 5 days ago. 5 days ago. So, hey, get out. I'm talking to my dog. So right now I have I'm not going through any withdrawals or anything. And like I told you, I wanted to get the B12 vitamin, and I did, because I felt, well, maybe must be another problem as to why I'm feeling so fatigued. I know they said your energy level gets low when you detox, and some people experience it, right? During their post-acute withdrawal, but I'm not. It was so severe that I was like, It was too severe, to the point where there was times I couldn't go to work. There was times I couldn't even move at work. So it was getting to be a serious physical problem. When you physically can't pick up things or you physically can't move, to me, that's past fatigue. That's something going on. So I says, maybe I'm lacking vitamins or something. And I said, wait, I'm a slight anemic, but they didn't give me any vitamins because it said I was just in the middle. It wasn't that severe enough to start giving me any B vitamins or whatever the case, when I could have just bought that in the store myself, you know. But they said it was normal, it just wasn't severe enough to start giving me B vitamins or B12s or whatever the case may be. So I started looking up, you know, vitamin deficiencies, and I started looking up my symptoms because it was just more than fatigue I was having. I was waking up and having double vision. Sometimes I would see, instead of one person, I would see three people or two people, mostly two people. Like it was double vision I was having, and foggy brain, and sometimes tingling in my fingers and my feet. Um, Forgetfulness. I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't think straight. My thoughts were all over the place. I was mentally fucked up. Mentally fucked up. I told my sister, "Yo, this is getting bad. This is getting to the point where I can't go to work. I can't, And she was like, "I thought you was over the withdrawals." I said, "I am." So I don't know. She said, "Probably the post acute." I said, "Well, how long is this gonna last? I can't be like this. I can't be like this." That part right there would have most definitely send me back to probably using drugs. No doubt. Because I don't know how long I would have been able to keep standing that fatigue. And for having been on Suboxone for 4 years and having that sense of up all the time, and then suddenly for almost 50 days without it, now my body's bugging out. And I don't have that fake energy that I had for 4 years that the Suboxone was giving me. And I must have been lacking that for a long time, and the Suboxone must have been covering it up. And then when my body got clean, as it was getting clean, I just felt worse. About a week after I started, a week after withdrawing, I'm saying, but it took 5 weeks. I was fine for a whole week, and then bang, not it. I didn't gradually creep up into the fatigue. It just bang, it just hit me full force like a truck landed on top of me. And I was like, oh my God, it was debilitating my day. The concentrating, the migraines. I kept saying, could it be the coffee? Could it be this? I kept headaches for hours on hours on hours on hours all day. And I would drink coffee because I thought it was a coffee headache, and I would still have a headache. And I looked up some of the symptoms. I said, something's not right here. I said, I don't know what made me think. Yeah, I started thinking about my blood. I said, you know what? I'm like anemic, but not fully blown. Let me start looking into this blood and see what I might be lacking. And sure enough, I looked it up, and it said B12. And I started looking up the symptoms, and I said, oh boy. And most of those symptoms I have. It's been 5 days. It's been Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Thursday. This is my 5th day taking it. I felt better on day one when I first got the droppers on Sunday, which, by the way, they were in the mailbox Saturday, but I didn't know. And I started them right on Sunday and felt better like in a half an hour. My energy just boosted right up. But I'm not talking about a boost that made me clean or want to. It was just like that fatigue I had was gone. It was like instantly gone. I was like, wow. And you take 2 droplets of it. But since yesterday was my 4th day, today's my 5th day, I woke up with my face was swollen. Like I had a like allergic reaction to something, and I'm thinking, what is it? Because I was taking the charcoal pills too, so I'm not taking them today because there's nothing else coming out of my body. I just water keeps coming out, so it did clean my body out. It cleansed my stomach out. I wasn't really eating nothing. There's nothing it was just coming out, coming out, coming out to the point where there was nothing else left but the runs itself, just water. So it cleaned my whole body out of all the foods or whatever I had. I even feel a little lighter. I still got a little gut, but not as big, and I'm not as gassy as I was days ago. I think I was on the charcoal for 5 days. Yesterday I said no more because I had, it was all day, all night. My stomach kept bothering me, and I kept going to the bathroom. So I was like, I think, there's only but so far you can go on this cleanse. If you clean, you clean. That's it. I'm not gonna keep taking it because apparently, when I read up on it, it has these things of toxins that be on a cracker diet or something, because while you're cleansing yourself out and on Imodium AD or something, I mean, it does come out. I mean, it's better, I guess, if you eat, so all that can cleanse out. But if you do have toxins in there, you will have the diarrhea, and it will eventually stop. But I was taking it for like 5 days, and it I think it did its job. I'm not gonna take it anymore. I don't feel like I need it anymore. And it says it's good after detoxing from chemicals and all that. Start, get a clean, fresh start of your body. And I think I've been on the charcoal for 2 days before I started the B12. So I was already cleansing my body. Maybe that's why the B12 worked. I don't know, but it works. So I was thinking maybe, the allergic reaction is coming from the charcoal. Maybe enough is enough or whatever. So I'm not going to take it today. Because I still had the allergic reaction this morning. I still woke up a little swollen, not much, and I took my regular dosage, and it's not swollen anymore, but I just want to make sure that it's not too much of the B12, because this brand here is a high potency of B12 in it. So I got to make sure that it's just not too much for me. But now there's no reason for me to drink the kratom, especially the one for the energy, because I tried to drink it, and I didn't feel that energizing thing. You know why? Because I was already energized from the B12. So, and that's weird that I didn't feel it. But I'm not too particularly happy with this brand. I ain't gonna say the name. But it's been like the third time I've taken it, and it's the third time that I felt this way about it enough, or it's just not. And it's supposed to be double the alkaloids, and I didn't feel it like that. Or maybe I needed more. I didn't want to go for more because I was on the charcoal, and I didn't want to, because that's what I was lacking, energy. That's why I wanted to drink the white magnet, because that was honestly that was what was keeping me going, was the white strains, the white magnet, because it gave me the energy that I was missing. Problem was that I had to take it every 7 hours, so I can't keep taking that week after week after week after week. Then to get to the point where it won't work for me, and I have to try a different strand. I don't want to go through all that searching and researching for different brands when it's probably something else. So I says, I'm lacking something. Something during the detox took from me. You lose a lot. You lose a lot. That's why they implement supplementing while you detoxing, because you do lose water, you dehydrate, you this and that. I didn't really prepare myself for detox. I just got up one day and said, I'm done. And I didn't have my arsenal of weapons with me. I learned as I went along. Now I take my magnesium every day. 250 milligrams seems to be doing just fine. My Centrum vitamins, just a multivitamin. Now I'm on the B12s. And the B12 is making me feel real good. Like I'm taking the B12 hoping that it should build up my blood. And then I'm going to see a month from now if I still need it. Some people say that people take B12s every day. So I don't know. Maybe I'll need it for the rest of my life. I don't know. But I know one thing. I don't want to feel that way again. Don't want to feel that way again. I didn't like it. It made me feel less than. I wasn't productive. I couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now I fully withdraw from this opiate, and now I'm dealing with loss of concentration, loss of motivation, lack of energy, total fatigue, can't think, thoughts all over the place. Depression was setting in for real. I just felt that even with my medication for depression, the fatigue was more overwhelming than anything. The depression pill probably was working, but the fatigue, it puts you in a whole total different category. It's just too overwhelming. And I was like, what am I going to do now? I mean, I can't keep taking kratom for the rest of my life because I have no energy. It's got to be something else. So, of course, back to the laptop, I research. And I'm not a doctor, but I pinpointed maybe I have low blood. What you going to do about it? I said, you know what? Let me try to get some B12. I was told to get B12 in the beginning, and I didn't. Probably if I would have taken the B12 from day one of withdrawal, but of course, you know, we so weak, it's hard to take anything while we're going through this. But it'll probably 5 weeks of that would have made a big difference. I probably wouldn't have felt the way I felt that day that I woke up with like total fatigueness. And it just wasn't one day. It was every day after that. I slept for 7-8 hours, no problem. Woke up with no problem. Then the fatigue would set in about 10 in the morning, 11. I'm downhill for the rest of the day. I tried to drink coffee. Shit wasn't working. I said, Rose, there's something inside me. Something that's my sister's name. I said, something inside me. It's just that coffee's not helping. It's not even picking me up. And I said, and I got this constant headache that just doesn't want to go away. I never had such migraines like that. I said, could it be my blood pressure? So I started drinking my what they call that? Klonopin. And the Klonopin was taking the headache away, but when I didn't want to take the Klonopin, the headache would return. Because I'm not really on Klonopins like that. They did help me during the withdrawals, and they are prescribed to me, but I don't take them like that. So I don't have a habit of Klonopin. But they did help me through the withdrawals. That they did. Not in the beginning. Nothing helped me in the beginning. And I was afraid to get Xanax and any other kind of opiates. I was afraid because I was afraid I was going to die in my sleep. That's how severe that withdrawal was. And since I was so, and then in the first week I dropped like 15 pounds during that first week of withdrawals. First 8 days, I lost about 8 pounds. People started knowing, wow, you're losing a lot of weight. It's because I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat. No eating, no nothing. I said, this is a bad withdrawal. This is bad. Sometimes I would force myself to eat a piece of bread so the dizziness would stop. That's how weak I was. I cut all my nails. They were breaking. So right now I'm hoping that I pinpoint everything, and I'm not saying it's got to be the B12 deficiency. It must be because I'm getting the energy from the B12. I feel much better than I felt in a long time. During the whole process of this detox, this is the best that I have felt. Even with the kratom. It's just having my own energy. And if it means taking B12 for the rest of my life or whatever, or until I get in April, I'm gonna go for a blood test and ask her to check my B12 and see where they're at, because I need to know. And if by then they're at normal range, then I'll stop taking the B12. If not, then I'll take it as a supplement, because there's no way I'm gonna live the rest of my life feeling fatigued like that. And I got more in deep into the videos where B12 deficiency is a serious thing if left undetected. If you don't take care of your B12's deficiency, you will be in a whole lot of trouble, because it messes with your neurology, your brain, your everything. I mean, I saw stories there of people, a simple vitamin can kill you. If less than 100, if your numbers are less than 100, you're in like serious trouble. You're serious trouble. Like your body could literally shut down on you. I mean, that's how serious B12s are deficiency is, you know? And I believe it, because I felt like I wanted to die. I felt I'm better off dead if I'm going to walk around feeling like this. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to walk around. I had no energy to walk around. I was like, no, I can't live like this. Who wants to live like that? Well, anyway, I started the B12s. I'm on my 5th day and I feel good. I have a slight headache, but, you know, I drank coffee, but I just have a slight headache. It's been a long night and I'm going to take a nap. What I like about this B energy thing, it's not something that you don't fall asleep. If you lay down, you can sleep. But if you have something to do, you have the energy to do it. That's what I like. That it doesn't, but if you take it late at night, you probably are going to have a hard time falling asleep. So I take it in the morning, but if I want to take a nap, I can take a nap, because it lasts all day. It's just a mineral that I was lacking. I'm lacking something in my blood. And I'm hoping that I'm not saying that I hope it's a B12, but it could be that my B12s were very low. And then when I withdraw, it got even lower. Or maybe it's been like that and I just didn't know it. So, today's Thursday. Today's my day off. So I'm going to take a nap after this and probably wake up a little later, see where I'm at, what I'm feeling. But yes, I took a day away from my my count as far as the Suboxone is concerned. No, I don't have a chippy. No, I don't have a desire to use. And I have plenty of boxes. I could continue using it if I want. I can relapse. Y'all could call it a relapse all you want. But I know why I did what I did. I know why I did what I did, but I'm strong enough to say I don't want it anymore. I did it to see if I can combat something else, which is crazy to say. I don't know if it did or if it didn't, but it sure as hell helped. There's people who take when they're withdrawing gabapentin. That's another opiate shit. Like whatever it takes, I'm gonna do it. Don't mean I'm gonna go back on the drug. I've been clean for like 4 years before that. Then I started doing the Suboxone in the street. Then I had another 4 years clean. So I got like 8 years clean, but not really, because 4 years of it I spent on Suboxone, but I never did any drugs. The only thing that was in my system was Suboxone. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't do heroin. I didn't do nothing. So I'm kind of glad that I ain't saying it's almost over, because there's times that I'm still feeling like brand new, like sometimes I still walk around a little dense because I'm so clean, like damn, I'm off of Suboxone. I can't believe it. Shit. I'm glad I found Kratom. I found Kratom when I was sick. I had just started my detox, and I looked up CBD oil, and then that kratom came across my thing. I said, "What's that?" Boom, boom, boom. I order that ASAP. But my naive ass didn't look through the videos, and I had a hard time doing it. I had a hard time. Let me reset this. I had a hard time getting my doses together. It was so frustrating that even during that time, I went through 8 days of hell trying to figure out how to dose myself, how to get that perfect cup. I did it so much. Every 4 hours I was doing it because I was sick. I felt okay, but it must have been all in my head, because I said, why am I not feeling what people are feeling? Could I be one of those people that it don't work? I got paranoid of that, because then I said, okay, I'm going to have to go back on the Suboxone, because I even asked my doctor, is there anything you could give me if I go through withdrawal? He said, no, there's nothing. There is, he just don't want to give it to me. Like the Klonopin, I already had the Klonopin. I guess he thought that was enough. There's Gabapentin, but I don't know if people get it by prescription for withdrawing. It's hard to get a doctor to give it to you if you say you're trying to withdraw, because it's really not for withdrawal. I guess it's for something else. And it's short for Lyrica or something like that. And I feel this incredible heat all of a sudden. So wow, I feel funny. So, like, he made, when I talked about the detox, he made it seem like it was so fucking simple. Like, it's like if it was going to be a walk in the park. That shit ain't no fucking, I'm going to tell him when I see him on the 12th. I don't know what bike you thought I was going to fucking ride around in. I ain't riding around. I almost rode right out here to an ambulance, which they wasn't going to do nothing for me. There's nothing they could do. Give you an aspirin and tell you to sweat it out. There's nothing else. But when that kratom came on the scene, I was like, okay. Then when I finally learned how to get it correctly, it started working fine. I think I spent 4 weeks on it. A total of 5 weeks I spent on it. I ain't even counting the first week, because I was so sick from the kratom, because I took too much. I had wobbly eyes. I had nausea. I had diarrhea. I was vomiting. I got so ill because I wasn't taking it correctly. I figure I need more and more because I was so sick, but that's because I didn't look at the videos and saw that all I needed. I knew they said 2.3. I couldn't measure it right. I mean, I was withdrawing. I couldn't even focus. I couldn't even use a scale. That's how fucking sick I was, that I couldn't use a scale. I couldn't use the scale. Well, I ain't going to say it's all behind me, because there's still mental aspects of it. That's why when I was on the kratom, when I was on the kratom, I wasn't in a depressing mode. Even though I was withdrawing like that, the depression didn't hit me. So the kratom does work for the depression. I was surprised that during that whole week, I didn't get depressed, or during that whole 5 weeks, there was no depression. And I wasn't taking any, sugar. I'm sorry. I wasn't taking any of my depression pills. But as soon as I stopped withdrawing, I went back on them, because I have a history of depression. So I'm not going to psych myself. If I'm not doing kratom, I need to put that back. I need to go back on the depression pills if I'm not going to continue taking the kratom for depression or anxiety or any of that. I don't plan to do that. To each his own. Other people are doing it, but I'm not going to do it. There's a ban coming, and it's like, to me, it's I'm not saying it's the same as taking a pill every day, but I don't want the hassle of making the tea. or every twice a day. I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to become dependent on it. I don't want, to spend a certain amount of money every month, to, it's I guess in a way it's great. You don't have to depend on pharmaceutical prescription, but let's be honest, there's something in there. Something in it. I ain't no scientist, but there's something in it. Because anything that makes you feel that good, I mean, Mother Earth has something to do with it, but where did poppy seeds come from? Not until man touched it. Put it that way. But it helped me so much, guys. It just helped me so much. I mean, I think if I didn't put the kratom down for 3 days so I could regroup myself, I lasted 3 more days. So 8, 9, 10, 12 days. Totally sick. Sick. Because I said, let me clean myself out of this kratom and start over again. Looking at all the videos, trying to find out where I went wrong. And I found out where I went wrong. And I finally, it's something when you finally hit that perfect cup, that perfect measurement, and you be like, that's my serving size. That's what I need. And I finally did the perfect cup of kratom, and that's when I finally felt what everybody was feeling. No withdrawals. Fuck the euphoria. I ain't looking for euphoria. But there was times that I felt this thing just come over me. But it wasn't long lasting. But I was more concerned about not going through withdrawals. And it worked. So best ones for opiate withdrawals are the reds and the greens. So for you people in the opiate world want to detox, kratom's the way to go. Red and green strains. Red and, green Magnada. Red Bali, Red Thai, Moreno. I mean, there was so many I haven't tried, but I wasn't really in it for that, to try all different kind of strains. My main focus was to get the right one and withdraw. Nothing else. I didn't study long. I didn't put too much into it to see what I can get out of it. When I found out it was good for withdrawals, that's all I wanted. That's all I needed. But, other people use it for pain management. It's totally understandable why you stay on it. To each his own. But for me, it helped me with my withdrawals and my depression during the withdrawals. So, but I did go through the first 12 days in agony. Pure fucking hell. Missed dozens of days of work. The fact that I worked 3 days out the week, sometimes 4, helped me because I could detox for days without having to worry about work. But I did miss a lot of time at work. Because every time I sat down to think about when should I start detoxing, there never seemed to be the right time. If I go back to work during the day, it would be 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I was like, nah. If I stick with my 12 hours, I have 4 days off for work. Or 3 days off for work. 3 days is better than 9. I know you need more time, but that schedule worked pretty good for me. Even though out of those days, I took a day off for the first 5 weeks. I think I only worked 2 days for the first 5 weeks of my detox. I worked only 2 days out the week. So I lost money. So, I mean, I lost money, but I got something back so much more. Because I thought this fucking ride would never end. I thought this Suboxone journey, I thought I was really stuck. I said to my mom, I'm never going to get off of this shit. And doctor, you can stay on it for the rest of your life. I know a girl who's on 2 milligrams. She's been on it for 2 years because she's scared to get off. Of course she's scared to get off. She don't want to go through withdrawals. I don't care if you're on 1 milligram, you're going to feel it. 1 milligram don't mean you're going to kick it in 5 days. Nah. Suboxone is a longer lasting opiate. And when I read up on it, I couldn't believe that it's like the worst one. Worse than methadone, worse than other opiates. I was like, for real? Yeah, thinking benzos were just as bad, but Suboxone is worse. Some people on Percocets top 7 days. Methadone 7 days. Not me. 5 weeks, 4 weeks. No, 5 weeks, because I spent the first week without nothing because it didn't work for me because I didn't use it properly. But yeah, it took me 5 weeks to withdraw from the Suboxone. 5 weeks from 4 years of use. So when I go back on the 12th, he's going to be, well, why are you here if you detox? I said, I just wanted to tell you to your face. That's what I'm going to tell him because he tried to do that to me one time. I said, well, I detoxed. He said, why you here? Because I'm still on 8 milligrams. I was on 16 RMA, so I still need your fucking ass, you know? But I'm going to tell him, no, I completely stopped. I just came to get my last medication of for depression and see where we go from there because he gave me my depression pill so I don't have to go down to the first floor to a different department, psychiatric department. So he figured he'll give it to all of me at once while being my Suboxone doctor. So he's also a psych doctor. So he said, I'll just give it to you. So this way I don't have to go through therapy and all that. But he's mainly really into his Suboxone, if you ask me. He was even willing to give it to me some Xanax one time. I was like, what? When I told him the depression pills weren't working, I'm more depressed than ever, something happened. He said, you want some Xanax? I said, what? Like he was giving me a piece of gum. That's how he gave. He said, you want Xanax? I was like, what? No. I said, is this doctor out of his ass? I'm on an opiate already, and he want to fucking finish digging my hole by giving me Xanax. Imagine if I was weak-minded and really into drugs and would have took that Xanax, I would have had a Xanax fucking habit by now. That was like last year. Could you imagine being on Xanax and Suboxone? Jesus Christ, that man wanted to kill me. I thought he was out of his mind or joking. I was like, no, I don't want none of that. I said, that's a habit for me. Didn't you not know that? Because I know it. I told him that's out my league. I don't touch stuff like that. Bad enough I'm on this opiate. But that, I'm sorry. I respect Xanax and benzos and all that. I didn't know too much about Suboxone. I just knew that it stopped the cravings. And I stood clean. And I was sociable. And I was this and I was that. But it comes to a point in your life where you be like, why am I doing this? Why am I still doing Suboxone? I don't need this shit. I haven't done drugs in like forever, and I'm fucking doing Suboxone. There's no reason for me to be doing Suboxone. Oh yeah, that's right, because I caught a chippy in the street. And when I told him I caught a chippy in the street, he shouldn't have kept me on like that. He should have said, well, I'm going to do a short detox, and that was it. That's what he should have done with me. But it was all about the money, the insurance, and everything. But I got a surprise for his ass. He's going to be like, you went against my advice, and you didn't do what he called a taper. How long does a taper last? I was the one telling him every month to bring me down. Because if you don't tell him, he won't do it. He wasn't trying to taper me. If I didn't ask for him, I said, take 2 milligrams away from me, please. And then he'd say, oh, you want to go down? Yes. Then he'll take me down. But if I don't say nothing, he'll keep me on the fucking ship forever. He don't give a fuck. And then I woke up one morning out of the blue and I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I picked up my package. I got on the train and I started to think and think and think and think. And this was way before Kratom came into the scene on my laptop and stuff. I got the CBD oil. And then when I started searching that same week, I took my last and I said, you know what? Then they said, make sure you're off for 72 hours at least. So I picked up on the 12th, and that was the day that I found it on the internet. And I said, I'm not going to do this shit no more. And I tried to detox for 3 days. So I bought the Kratom, and I said, it's going to come this day. This is when I'm going to start. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that well for me. Like I said, I had a hard time in the beginning, but eventually it worked. So the night shift is getting better because I'm feeling better. But I was kind of moody this morning. I'm still like short fused a little bit. But it's probably just my job. You know, I'm up now because I did sleep 6 hours at the job from like 9:30 to 5 in the morning because I had things to do. So that was all right sleep. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4. Yeah, like at least 7 hours of sleep maybe. So that's like a full day there. So I'm home and I'm not sleepy. And I'm here talking to you guys. But anyway, I don't get many views. I think people probably find me boring or like, oh, that's old news, detoxing old news. But it's not. It just goes to show you that in this year, 2018, there's still people suffering. I just wanted to log it for myself. For the next 12 months, I'm going to be doing that. And then in January 16, I'm going to look at all my videos and send it to my sister so she could see a day-by-day log of how I started with the withdrawals. But in the beginning of my withdrawals, I didn't videotape until I started feeling a little. I still was weak, but I videotaped. But not in the first 8 days. Hell no. So those people that come on sometimes and say, sometimes they are sick and video. I don't know how they could do it, but I couldn't even press the button. I couldn't even move. So it was videotaping was not my thing. You was not gonna find me crunched up underneath a blanket. Only one morning I woke up and I complained. It was 3 in the morning and I got on YouTube and I said, I feel like fucking crap. That was the first time I did that. And I usually don't get up in the middle of the night in YouTube because I kept saying, I don't understand what's going on with me. I am like fucking fucked up. That's my dog behind me playing with that annoying dog bone my sister gave him. I think she gave it to him on purpose so he could annoy the shit out of me. But anyway, just letting you guys know that I feel much better. And I should have a good summer. I'm still in my post-acute withdrawal phase. I'm nowhere near total recovery yet. Nowhere near it, but I'm okay for now. I'm okay. The worst part is over. Now I'm just trying to recover from it all. It's going to take some time, but I ain't going to say I'm almost there because I'm not. I won't be able to say that for a year probably. You know, because there's days that I feel like, that's why I did the B12s. Now let's see where that's going to take me, you know, and I'm back on my meds. So I should recover fine. I don't have no craving for Suboxone. But you know, this is the first time in 4 years that I haven't been on anything. So it's very easy for me to relapse. I could just turn around and say, damn, I want to do a bag. That's how it starts. Because I'm an addict and I'm always going to be an addict. So I was about to say something, but I'm not going to say it because then people are going to be like, oh boy, why are you doing that? Whoever watches it or say that I'm fucking nuts or like, why would she say some shit like that? But I'm just going to keep that to myself. Can't tell everything. This is my next habit that I want to kick. This is 6 milligrams of nicotine. Then the next one will be 3. The next one will be 1. And I think by this bottle, it looks like it's going to last a long time. I know I keep puffing on it, but you'd be surprised with a little bit of liquid like that, how much puff you could do. I smoke a pack a day, so the only way I can do this is by lowering myself. I tried that withdrawal thing, and it just didn't work. So this is what I'm doing, vaping. So let's see where this takes me. So it was nice chatting with you guys. I'm just going to chill, watch TV. Most likely I'll take a nap. And I'm going to see how I wake up. Because they said the B12 lasts all day. And I do believe it. It gives you the energy that you're lacking. Because your blood work is low. So let's see what happens there. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day. I'll see you this afternoon. Bye.